everybody. It's Georgia Rose. I am just sharing the show already. I'm ahead of the game tonight, but welcome. Glad to see you all in the studio. Oh, let's just take a deep breath. I don't know about you guys, but my brain has been floating around all day. And I don't know why, because we don't have a lot of planets in Gemini. However, I feel like we do. But that's just me. I think I have a lot on my mind, so maybe I need some therapy. So calm the show and therapize me tonight. So I'm going to share the show, and we're going to do some tarot readings today and also some astrology. The tarot readings are for summer of 2025, so we're going to do some predictions on that. You can join me in the Soul Space on YouTube at Strong Island Television, and also on Facebook at Strong Island Television 1, and also Zencuda Soul Space. So I hope you will join me and be here every Monday night, because I would love to share the Soul Space with you. So I'm just going to give everybody a little bit of time to come on into the show. And I just posted everything, so we're going into it right now. Okay, so... And whoops, I forgot to... So you can tell there's a delay. See, that's why whenever I look at the monitor in front of me or my iPad, like, I don't really know what you guys are seeing, because I'm actually a minute behind everybody. So we have some new lighting in the studio tonight. Bobby and I were talking, and we felt like I was kind of in a cave-like atmosphere, and it was a little bit dark. So I didn't really do a lot of makeup tonight, and then I came in, and Bobby lit the whole studio, and I'm like, oh, geez, now you're going to see the real me. But that's okay. And I'm just in T-shirt and jeans tonight, no dressy. I am on the East Coast of the United States of America, and it is really hot here. We plunged into summer. It's like major 190 degrees or something out there. But anyway, I have my little sunshine shirt on to show you guys the sunny summer. So what is going on? Okay. So the first thing I want to caution you guys about is call me for a reading if you really want to know what's going on in the zodiac, because I was looking online this weekend at some videos that are out there about astrology, and it didn't really look like anything you guys should be watching. So do we have that video queued up? I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I saw online this weekend if you look up astrology.
This is love. L-A-N-O-R-O-U-N. Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no.
Look at that big mud streak. Oh my god.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for.
So I'd stay off the internet, guys, and tune into the Soul Space if I were you. But I can't stop laughing. That video was hysterical. And I got to say, it's not all like not true, because there was some of that stuff I could actually see for those signs, especially the Pisces, you know. Yeah, definitely. Aquarius was definitely digging for gold over there. And I don't know, Scorpio, yeah, they will break your toys if you piss them off. So some of it was true, some of it not so much. But if you need a reading, want to know what your astrology chart's doing, stay off of TikTok, come to me. Thanks. So I hope you guys are laughing. I thought we could use a little laugh today, since a lot of things are happening out there in the world that's very serious, right? We've got countries being bombed and things happening and not good. Was quite the weekend for us here in the States and among other states of the world. And just sending love out to everybody. That's all we can do, which brings us to our astrology. So let me see if anybody's on. I'm just going to say hi to whoever's here. Okay, we got a couple people on. How are we doing today? Put a little message in the comments and tell me that you are alive and kicking and doing really well. I'd love to hear from you. All right, so the sun is now in Cancer. That's what the solstice is about. Every year when you have the summer solstice, the sun goes into Cancer, which is great. I love a Cancer sun because it's very emotional, and it gets us in touch with our feels and our emotions. And it also, just going to put my phone on so that I can have Facebook open as well as YouTube so I can see your comments. But the Cancer sun in Cancer, and we also have a new moon in Cancer this week. So a lot of feels, a lot of emotional energy. Cancer is all heart-based, not unusual in this weather, solar weather, to sometimes find that people's hearts, so you'll actually feel your heart, or you have pain in your heart, or your heart will feel very much awakened. We can feel very spiritually heart-based. We can feel love. Cancer love is a love that's very protective. It's protecting the homeland, right? Very interesting that the day after we kind of went into a Cancer sun, that Donald Trump and the powers that be in America decided to drop a bomb on someone, because if you think about it, it's really kind of like protecting the homeland in their minds. I'm not saying that it's that. I have no political affiliation whatsoever, even though some troll was on my Facebook page this week saying all kinds of horrible things about me. I don't know why that happened, but just another reason to stay off of social media. But anyway, true story there. So Cancer is a very protective energy. Sun in Cancer makes us want to be more of a homebody, stay home, relax. Even though it is summertime, you might find yourself really wanting to nest with the family a little bit, or something like that. Cancer energy is also an energy where sometimes we are unable to express, where we feel a little bit, sorry, my phone was on, where you might find yourself a little bit inhibited, because Cancer doesn't like conflict. Cancer energy doesn't like to be too vulnerable, and it'll go in its shell. So in this energy with the sun in Cancer, you may find it a little bit hard sometimes to express your emotions, and your self-protection may come in. But at the same time, we're protective of our loved ones, our home space, anything that we feel is our sanctuary or our shelter in Cancer energy. I'm going to say hi to Ann Rothney. Haven't seen you on a while, Ann. Welcome back. Sarah's on, Cheryl's on, Joanne Garfey's on. So the sun in Cancer is a really potent energy, especially around this time of year, because we have a new moon coming in Cancer, which will amplify that energy. But that is going to be on Wednesday. But before we get to that, we have a couple of things that are happening. Mars is sextiling Jupiter. That happened over the weekend. That may have been why some of this energy was expressed, because Jupiter expands that warlike aggression. If you, one of my astrology friends, I'm in an international astrology group, and one of my astrology friends put up a chart about what Iran's chart was the day of the bombing. And it was really right there in the chart of the aggression you could see. You could see the Cancer sun being, wanting to protect your homeland. You could see all of the aspects in the chart. But when Mars was sextiling Jupiter Saturday and Sunday, it really did make us sometimes more anxious, because Mars energy, when it's held back, will make us anxious. But Mars and Jupiter, when they come together, sometimes is a release, and we certainly saw that globally. So now we have the sun in Cancer, and tomorrow on the 24th, the sun is going to co-join or go right up against Jupiter. Jupiter is the planet that expands everything. So with the sun in Cancer and Jupiter in Cancer, and them coming together right before a Cancer new moon, remember, all that energy is going to be together in Cancer. This can be very emotional. It can be really being extremely sensitive. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is our emotions and also our identity. So in an energy like this, you may feel like you have a lot of emotion, but you're not really sure how to express it. You may feel like you're not ready to talk about something that you want to talk about. And you'll be able to do that after this weekend. But with the Cancer new moon coming in, it's a little tough. I have Jen Paradis on. Hey, Jen, how are you? Jen works with me in real estate. You guys know I'm a real estate broker by day and a spiritual intuitive by night. So as we have more and more of this Cancer energy coming down into our earthbound life this week, if you have any planets in Cancer, or you're a Cancer moon, sun, or rising, it can make the energy feel almost annoying for you, because you may want to express those emotions that you're feeling, but your self-protective mode will make you stifle or be unexpressive, or, as we said before, shelter. And that can be a hard energy to live with. So we've also got Mercury in the final degrees of Cancer. We've got a lot of Cancer energy. And tomorrow, Tuesday, when this energy starts to build and the Cancer sun is up against that Jupiter, which is a planet that amplifies and expands everything. So we're going to have a lot of love and expansion of compassion in the world. I just heard on the way over here that Israel and Iran agreed to a ceasefire. So you could already see the Cancer energy amplifying in our globe. That compassion, that heart expansion energy, the energy of really dropping down into what's soulful and meaningful for us. But it also comes down to our identity. So when Mercury, which is the planet of our minds, is also in Cancer, and it's going to start to hold a conversation with Chiron, which, you know, if you watch the show religiously, Chiron is the place where we have our wounds. So this can be an energy where words come into play, because Mercury is communication and our minds. And when it speaks to Chiron, which is our wounds and the way we have opportunity to heal, it may be that our words don't heal the way we want them to. And for the next few days, that annoying energy of not being able to express ourselves, but wanting so badly to express ourselves because we have a case of the feels and the emotion coming out, it can be a very conflicting energy, especially because oftentimes our compassion and our willingness and our need for expression is in opposition to what's going on in the world globally. And that's kind of how this energy feels like. So with Chiron coming into play with all this Cancer energy in, Tuesday, especially tomorrow, it can replay old hurts. And we don't find the right combination of words to express what we're really feeling. And if we try to engage in these deep conversations, they may not go well. They may kind of come out wrong in the next few days. So you may want to wait until after the weekend to really express. And maybe it's a good time. Cancer energy is a very quiet, more solitude energy. It's the inner landscape of us. It's what we're feeling deeply inside. And so it's a great time to journal. It's a great time to maybe express yourself with sketching or painting or any kind of creative expression, rather than having those conversations. When the moon and when Mercury goes into Leo in a few days, that's when the expression will come out. The month will end with a big bang, because then the Leo energy is all about expression. It wants the performance. It wants the audience. And that is when the energy really starts to shift. But for now, going into Tuesday, we have a lot of that Cancer energy. The sun conjuncting Cancer. These are the two largest planets in the zodiac coming together. And they're coming together in an energy of Cancer where we're going to feel things really deeply. And sometimes feeling things deeply means that it's deep to deal with, right? But I think because we have Jupiter there, which is expansion and benevolence and luck and reward, that a lot of this overwhelming energy that we have, is almost going to come out in a positive, enthusiastic light, where maybe it becomes indulgent. We had an energy like this around New Year's Eve, and I remember saying, be careful of the indulgence, because this is the type of energy where we don't know when enough is enough. And that can be a good thing or a bad thing. It can mean an escalation of certain things and an indulgence that maybe we want to pull back on a little bit. So I would say Tuesday and Wednesday, and even into Thursday a little bit, it's a good time for solitude and really think about how you're feeling, identify what you want your next step to be, but don't quite take it yet. So the moon goes into Cancer on Wednesday, that's the 25th. And the new moon sets up a lot of seeding energy. New moons are for seeds. They're for planting our hopes, wishes, and dreams, our hopes, dreams, and wishes. This is a very expansive and powerful moon for that, because remember, Jupiter's still there. Mercury's still there, even though Mercury's going to move into Leo in a couple of days. So on Wednesday, when this new moon sets up, it can be a great time to really set up what's valuable to you in a soulful, heart-based way. What do you really love and want to accomplish? What do you really love? Maybe it's relationship. Wherever Cancer is in your zodiac, in your chart, is where it's going to play out. For me, that's in the 7th house of relationships. So you really want to see where that is. If you need help with that, you can always come to me for a reading, zenkuda.com. But this is a seed that can be a big blessing. It can be a big reward if we've been doing the right thing. But we have Venus in Virgo. And so that Virgo energy is an energy that wants to remind us, do the work. It wants to remind us of the taskmaster. It wants to remind us, hey, we've really got to make sure that the things that we really want to be doing are on our list. The benevolence, the good wishes, the reward isn't going to come to us if we're slacking and we're not doing the right thing. So just remember that when you've got those energies in Virgo, and I'm sorry, I said Venus in Virgo, I meant Mars in Virgo. So Mars just went into Virgo this past couple of days, actually a week or so. And so Mars in Virgo, Mars is our aggression, it's our energy, it's our ambition, it's our get up and go, it's the gas we put in our car, right? Meaning our vehicle, our body. In Virgo, it can be fussy. It can be a little bit judgmental. It can be complaining. So when we have this beautiful Cancer new moon and Sun and Jupiter all in Cancer and Mercury coming out of Cancer and going to Leo where it wants to express, and then we've got this Virgo Mars coming in and saying, whoa, 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 whoa. Did you do your homework? Are you sure you want to say it that way? Now, I taught you how to do it this way. That's Mars in Virgo. So Mars in Virgo is kind of the stopgap. And that's why the energy can feel a little uncomfortable for us. So use this beautiful new moon in Cancer to set an intention for all good things. Set your intentions for the seeds that you want to grow that have to do with you reaping the rewards. Make sure if there's a good deed you need to do or a correction you need to make, or if you feel you haven't been working hard enough, put in the work because Jupiter will respond to that. And if you haven't been doing that, Jupiter will respond in kind, and so will this new moon. So set up your month ahead. You know, new moon cycles are about 30 days, 28 days. Set that up so that you know that you're coming into a beautiful time in your life where things that you've worked for are going to come to you, and really make sure that you are paving the way to reap those rewards at the end of this month. Mars in Virgo does want to be efficient, and it does want to be productive. And the Sun and Jupiter and Mercury for a little while until it goes into Leo, all in Cancer, want to talk about love. They want things to be heartfelt. It's the love that we feel within us for ourselves. It's self-love. It's self-care. It's nurturing. It's, nurturing babies. It's nurturing the underdog. It's feeling really beautiful about spending time with ourselves in solitude and coming away with that self-love. So think about that when you set your goals. And then I'm just going to close out the month really quickly. On June 26th, after that new moon, Mercury sextiles Uranus. What does that mean? Well, we've got Mercury at the very final degrees of Leo right after that new moon. We have Mercury at the very final degrees of Cancer going into Leo right on the heels of that new moon in Cancer. So we've got a lot of Cancer energy set up for that new moon. You've got the Sun, you've got Jupiter, you've got Mercury there, right? Then Mercury moves on to Leo, where it wants to show, it wants to spectacle, it wants to express all the things it's been contemplating about in a soulful way while in Cancer. All that inner landscape you've been examining, well, when the Mercury moves into Leo, and also the moon will move into Leo after that Cancer new moon, that's when everything wants to just come out, and we want to sing our song, and we want to tell everybody what we're thinking. But on the heels of that, on Thursday, what happens is Mercury, while it's still in the final degrees of Cancer, has a conversation with Uranus, the planet of awakening and sudden shocking things, at the final degrees of Taurus. Uranus is going to go into Gemini on July 7th. It's a long-term planet. It stays in a sign about 7-8 years. So this is really the end of an era in our Uranus story. It's going to start a new one up on July 7th. So it's finishing up that 7-year itch. It's finishing up that 7-year story. Mercury is talking to that planet right around that Thursday, Friday time frame, giving us the idea, the communication, and the mental thoughts of what we're finishing up with Uranus in Taurus. So look on your chart. Where's Cancer? Where's Taurus? Really active houses this week. And that's why I say that's when things really start to move after this new moon. And you can look back on my other shows when I said, around after the solstice, give or take a few days, the energy is really going to shift. Well, that's why it's going to shift, because we have Mercury headed into Leo. We've got the moon going into Leo. Now we're in fire. We've got a lot of planets in Aries. We've still got Saturn and Neptune in there. We've got Chiron in Aries, a lot of fire in the sky after this week. And then on top of that, we have Uranus making a big move as well. So this is all a lot of shifting in the planetary energy. You're going to feel the shift. The shift is going to bring you in movement. It's going to be the end of that doldrum. It's going to be the end of that procrastination. We're going to want to move. Uranus changes signs. Jupiter's now in Cancer, just changed sign. This is really things shifting. But it's still hard to tell where to put our energy the next few days. When Mercury goes into Leo on June 26th, that's when we're going to start to express. The sun is going to sextile that Mars in Virgo the same day. So we're going to get some communication. We're going to get some aha moments. We're going to get some, okay, I have to make these adjustments. And once you see those adjustments, and the moon also enters Leo at the end of the month, then the month goes out with a bang. We can say what we need to say with caution, and we can do and dream and expand where we really need to be. So that's the astrology. As promised, I'm going to do some tarot readings for our signs, for all signs this month. Just let me see. I can read the comments. Hey, Aaron, welcome aboard. Aaron just had a clip to Medellin, Colombia, and I can't wait to hear that. One of my exes, guy I dated for about a year, a long time ago, used to go to Colombia on business all the time, and I still have a Harley Davidson shirt he brought me back from Colombia, and I very rarely wear it because it's just weird. But anyway, it's weird because I didn't go there. Hey, Cheryl, how are you doing? Glad to see you on board. I've got Ann Rosny. I said hello before. I got Joanne on, Sarah. And okay, well, hey, everybody. I hope you're doing good. I know it's really hot out there, so I hope you're staying cool. So let's jump into some tarot. So I am going to be putting in a class in September online to learn tarot with me. As you guys know, I read traditional tarot cards, the Rider-Waite deck, but I also do my tarot reading psychically. I don't just do tarot from a point of view of traditional tarot. I read psychically as well. So all you out there, you know who you are, watching near and far. I know we have a lot more people on than are just on the YouTube and the Facebook. So link your energy with me if you can. Let's all just take a deep breath. Let it out. Let all the stress of the day out. And I'm going to start reading for everybody. Welcome, Marie. I see you're on too. I'm going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. You guys know if you watch religiously that I'm not the best shuffler, but I do like to shuffle. I'm lining up my guests for July. So I hope you guys enjoyed having Phoenix Green on last week. He was great. We really got into some really great conversation. But I'm lining up guests for July. So if anybody has anyone they would love to see on the show, drop me a line. All right. Even put it in the comments here. I'll see it later. Okay. So I am going to start tonight with air. And air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Gemini, great sign. We have Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra that I'm going to read for now. I'm just trying to link my energy with a few people out there. Okay. All right. Jupiter just left the sign of Gemini. We don't have a lot of air in the sky right now. Got a lot of fire, that's for sure. A lot of earth, scorched earth. Okay. What have I got here for my beautiful air signs? Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Hey, your first card is the Knight of Wands. We're just talking about some fire. And we got some fire with my Knight of Wands. Wands in the tarot are movement. Wands are action. When you get a card like this, which is the Knight of Wands, and he's on the horse, and you see the wands, it's a very fiery card. It has red. A lot of times people think there's a Leo or a Sagittarius fire sign card. So just know, air signs, that there's a lot of fire going on around you. Okay? All right. Second card is the Knight of Cups. Wow, you got two knights. So this is fire and water. All right. So what we're seeing now is that beautiful mixture of a lot of the fire that's in the sky and the Cancer new moon with the water. Cancer is a lot of water. It's emotion. Remember, it's ruled by the moon, which makes the tides go in and out. So it's going to make things flow. To get two knights in a spread also is extremely rare. Knights are, they can be messages. Messages are definitely pages in the tarot, but knights are usually a sign of action. So when I get a knight, especially a Knight of Wands is action, Knight of Cups is emotion. This is showing that you're going to have a lot of movement this month, my Aries sign, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So there's things happening, things are changing, and that makes sense because with the signs changing and a major planet, coming out of Gemini, Jupiter was in Gemini for a long time, and now it's in Cancer, that would be a shift in your charts. So we've got a lot of action happening. Next card is upside down in reverse, which means that it either just happened or hasn't happened yet. I'm going to tell you what I think about that. And that is the 10 of Cups. The 10 of Cups is like the rainbow. It's the benevolent. It's the reward. And right next to the Knight of Cups, which is a water sign and, ruled by the moon, I'm thinking Cancer. This is showing me that we just were talking about getting rewards and making sure that you're doing what you need to do to reap the rewards in this new moon in Cancer, which is a seeding moment. So look and really do a self-check, my beautiful air signs, to make sure that you are doing the work you need to do to reap the benefit and sow your seeds. You reap what you sow, right? Never has that been more true than in this new moon in Cancer coming in this week. So whatever action is going on for you, if you notice, these two knights are in two different directions. One is going this way, one is going that way. So it's almost as though the new moon is deciding how to reward you. Are they worthy? Are they not worthy? Did they do the deed? Did they not do the deed? Have they really been, responding to where the universal alignment is? Or are they slacking? Are you procrastinating? Are you working hard? So check and make sure that you're not dwelling on something you lost. Because the 10 of Cups, right side up, is like the beautiful rainbow, the benevolence, the luck, the marriage, the family card. This is coming up in reverse. I have to say, and I'm reading this psychically and also tarot, my air signs, it could be that you're dwelling on something negative. You're dwelling on the past. You're too much into a situation that's still going on. Maybe there's some remnants of it, but you're putting all of your time, energy, and beautiful soul space energy into that, allowing it to aggravate you, allowing it to make you angry, or allowing it to really suck energy out of you. And you need to switch your framework because your energy is really meant to be in that beautiful Cancer, new moon, love, spirit, inner landscape. What do I love and value? Protecting what's valuable to me, not squandering my energy on something that's going to take me off my game. And then I'm going to pull one card to confirm the reading. I got another Knight of Swords. And if you look, the Knight of Swords now is running towards the 10 of Cups. So this shows me, remember I said this was indicative of the Cancer new moon card for me. This is running towards that. Now they're meeting like this. To get 3 knights in a spread, it's so much action going on around you right now, my air signs. A lot of action. So what you want to do is make sure in the midst of that turmoil, in the midst of those things taking you away from what you really need to be focused on, bring your focus back to what's super, super valuable for you. Because this is where the energy wants to reward you and align with you and bring you what you desire, your hopes and dreams and wishes. But your mind's spinning out to the negative. So rein it in, guys, rein it in. And that's for my air signs, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Take care of business because you got a life to live and you got stuff to do. I was talking to somebody the other day and we were talking about dating in middle age. And we said dating in middle age is like, hey, tell me what you want because I got stuff to do. That's how we get. Because as we get older, we have a life and we want to be busy doing stuff. So don't, my air signs, don't let the things that are really tweaking you overrule what's good in your life. And Cheryl is saying, oh my God, that's her. So right on. There you go. Okay. So now we're going to do earth signs. That's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Don't forget, Mars is in Virgo right now. So you guys should be motivated, my earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Okay, let's see what else we got. And Anne said she was a Gemini. So that last reading was for you guys. So I've got the Page of Pentacles. Remember, my beautiful earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. I said that the pages are messages. So let's see where this is bringing us. And I got, oh my gosh, another page. This one's in reverse, the Page of Swords. We've got the Page of Pentacles, which is earthbound life, worldly possessions, and things like that. The Page of Swords is action, business. The Page of Swords is practicality. It's earth signs. It's Libra. It's taking care of the biz. So let's see. We've got one page that is Pentacles, which is money and earthly possessions. And then we've got the Page of Swords about business and things. So I'm going to say, my earthbound people, there's something going on career-wise for you guys. And then I've got, and this was not reversed, the 7 of Swords. 7 of Swords in a spread like this to me is talking about definitely business or an opportunity that's more business-like than spiritual, or it could be a spiritual business opportunity. but I'm really feeling the business op on this. Seven of Swords is like the thief in the night. So whatever opportunity is coming for you, my earthbound people, my earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, just remember that you need to do your homework and your due diligence and really look and see if what someone's telling you or what someone is portraying to you is the truth. Do your digging, because this can really be a false read. It can be, is it true? Is it not true? Probably not. If it's too good to be true, it probably is. Next card is the Ace of Pentacles, and it's in reverse. So the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, remember we got the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles on this end of the spread wants to give you the message about your pentacles, your coins, your dollars. And then we've got the Ace of Pentacles, which on right side up is Spirit, the universe actually handing you a coin, saying, listen, you're divinely guided. This is right. This is true. It's in reverse. It's not. So whatever business opportunities come into you over this next month and over the summertime, make sure that you are not squandering and, in a hurry or in your haste to make something better, you cast a blind eye towards the not so great stuff. Got to do your research, got to really dig deep, because my earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, this is your summer spread. It's all about business. It's all about opportunities, elevating your worldly life, your materialism, your more earthbound physical life. And what I'm seeing here, I'm going to pull a fifth card for confirmation. What I'm seeing here is the messages want to come in regard to that. Someone's a thief in the night. They're maybe trying to pull the wool over your eyes. And Spirit is even saying, pull back. I can't reward you this because it's not true. And then the fifth card for confirmation, carrying other people's burdens. So make sure, this is Wands, which is action. And this is the 10 of Wands. And in this card, someone is carrying like the whole big bundle of wands. And for me, this means that you're being pushed to do something that isn't yours to do. You're taking on someone else's karma. You're trying to fix a wrong that's not your wrong. You're carrying burdens that are not yours. And in the process of that, being enticed to maybe make a decision that you would not normally make in a different environment. So don't carry other people's burdens. And if an opportunity comes to you, really, really dig deep. Bide your time. Make sure everything that is being portrayed to you or shown you is actually the truth. Next up is my fire signs. My fire signs are Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Jen says she's a Virgo. There you go. Let me know if that hits home with you. And fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Let's see what we got for my fire. It's going to be a hot summer. I'll tell you that much, because we got a lot of planets in Aries. I'm going to shuffle these again because I just got the same card for my fire signs. And I don't want to have that happen. Like I told you, I'm not the best shuffler in the world. But when you're shuffling tarot, the more important thing is, if you guys were here with me, you'd be shuffling the cards to put your energy into them. But the most important thing with tarot is when you do shuffle the cards, you just are doing it to put your energy in. You're linking with the energy of the universe to use the tarot as a divination tool. So I have the the 4 of Wands here. 4 of Wands is a partnership card. So for my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, this is partnership. It could be child and mom, it could be relationship and family, or it could be a romantic or business partnership. Usually, traditionally, this card is a romantic partnership. They call it the marriage card in a lot of traditional tarot. So that's the first card that came out in the deck. So if nothing else, and this card came up in a formal reading, I would immediately think, okay, either you're going to meet someone or the relationship you're currently in is going to be solidified or take on an optimistic turn during these summer months. Let's see what else we've got here. We've got the Page of Cups, okay? Page of Cups, again, pages are messages. Cups are emotion. So this is really showing me love, that Cancer love. Maybe on the Cancer new moon, someone declares themselves to you, or a long-term partner, finally you come into a space where you are really in alignment or something, but something improves in a relationship. Next card is in reverse. It's the 9 of Pentacles. The 9 of Pentacles oftentimes is a very nostalgic card. It's like the mother, but it's like the nurturing mom that we miss. It's like very sentimental is the word that I'm trying to say. So if indeed a love takes on a new level, or you meet someone new, it could be a standing relationship that just takes on another level now, goes to another level, or it could be a new relationship. But this is definitely love, love, love here. When I see this card, the Nine of Pentacles in reverse, that sometimes can be you're holding on to the past. You're being too nostalgic about something and not allowing this newness, this new relationship, or it could be business partner, but I'm leaning towards romantic. You're not allowing that to be fully experienced by you because you've got one foot or one half your brain in somewhere else. And this is for my fire signs, Aries, Leos, and Sag. So try and clear your heart and mind and allow yourself at least to be present and experience the fullness of this relationship that is coming in. It may not have happened yet, but it wants to come in the summer. And again, I've got the Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. That card comes in. It's almost like it wants to give you the blessing, but you've got some work to do first. And next to this card, it's saying, hey, don't wish for the past. While you're wishing for the past and thinking something that you had was so great, you're missing how great this thing in front of you can be. So that is absolutely the message. And then you've got the Page of Swords coming in. Page of Swords is another message. It's coming in saying, hey, ground yourself in earth, ground yourself in what's really happening in the present moment, not in this ethereal place that you dream about, that you think was a lot more than it probably actually was. And for some reason, they're telling me to pick a sixth card on this reading to confirm, and we've got carrying other people's burdens. I'm inclined to say right now, coming to me psychically, someone needs to hear this out there on my fire signs, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Whatever that past that you are reminiscing, being sentimental about, nostalgic about is, know that you have nothing to feel guilty over. You do not need a do-over. Everything you did was perfectly and divinely guided and was supposed to happen the way it was to clear your life out so that you can move on to the next chapter. Don't know where that came from, but they just told me to say that. So hope that is for whoever needs to hear it out there on my fire signs. And last but not least, we're going to say on the water, okay, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And the video, you can watch it. For listening, I'm on Spotify. The week show always goes up on Spotify. You can watch me if you missed the beginning of the show on Strong Island Television 1 on YouTube. You can also, I put the video on Zenkuda, my own YouTube channel as well, and it'll be on Facebook for a little while, so you can always come back and watch. Jen Paradis says, yes, 2 clients this past week or so. I've been playing therapist a lot and possibly taking on their burdens. Oh, see, there you go. And I believe she was one of the earth signs, I think. I'm not sure now. So I'm shuffling these hard. We're going to do our water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Let's see what is in the cards for you tonight. And again, if anybody has anybody they want to see as a guest on the show for July, let me know, because I am booking July now. Okay. I'm going to cut these. I'm just being told to. Actually, they want me to cut them again in 4 piles. I always listen when my clairvoyant speaks, because these are going to go on top, because I have learned you can't fight spirit. So first card for my water signs is the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords. So I don't know why for Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. And remember, we got that Cancer new moon coming in. So anybody with a sun, moon, or rising in Cancer, you're going to get a big case of the feels this week. But for my water signs, what I'm feeling for you guys is sleepless nights for some reason. Like you're self-inflicting sleepless nights. You are absolutely ruminating, thinking at night. This 10 of Swords is a card of death, not so much a physical death. It's the death of the old. And this makes sense to me because water signs, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, you're going to feel this moon a lot because water signs are really ruled by the moon in a lot of ways. And so with a new moon coming in and also certain planets changing signs, we've got Mercury moving into Leo. We've got Uranus in a couple of weeks going into Gemini. We just had Jupiter go into Cancer. A lot of shifts, right? So it's the death of the old. You're coming onto a completely new shift, my water signs. You're feeling different. I know for me, I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart, 5 planets in Scorpio. And for me, the last couple of weeks, I'm seeing so many new perspectives in my life been very contemplative. I see things so completely different. I'm actually writing a piece right now about narcissism, and I'm going to be posting that this week. I think it's a good piece. Maybe we'll do a show on that next time. I don't know. Next card for you guys, my water signs, is the Four of Cups in reverse. So you're definitely hanging in the past, my water signs. I hate to say it, but it's true. You're hanging in the past, some sleepless nights. You're too focused on what was. The gifts that Spirit wants to give you, the newness that's coming in, you're not fully accepting it yet. You've got one foot almost in the grave. You've got one foot in things that are pulling you back. It's almost like one time I went for a reading and a very good reader told me, you're living like a widow. And I was going through a divorce and I was like, oh my God, she's right. It's like I got one foot in a grave here. And you've got the Ace of Swords, my beautiful water signs. So in short, this is the darkness. This is like you're being kind of pulled into the past. Spirit wants to bring you the blessings. Look at all the gold in this card, giving you a chalice, a divine chalice of blessing. But it's upside down. It can't quite reach you. It can't quite get there because you're full of swords. You're letting everything stab you in the back and pull you down. So the new stuff can't come in. And then I've got this beautiful Ace of Pentacles coming in. And I mean the Ace of Swords. And this Ace of Swords, you see all this new growth on the top of the sword and the leaves coming down. This is rebirth. It's baptism. It's new. It's actual rebirth. This is Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. This is the Scorpio phoenix rising from the ashes. But it can't happen because look at all the darkness in this card. You're staying in that. So we have to take the bull by the horns when we're in a place like this in our life. And for water signs now, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, you've got to really go into the energy of the newness. Throw out the baby and the bathwater here and put yourself into a place of really developing a completely new structure, a new daily routine. I got the Devil card in reverse here. The Devil card is a self-imprisonment, and this speaks so much to me of narcissism, and it's not a coincidence that I mentioned that post I was going to be putting up. This is us putting chains in our hands and preventing us from actually breaking the chains and leaving, and whether that's a parent, a child, just a work situation, a romantic thing, whatever it is, this spread is absolutely wants to bring you this abundance. It wants to turn this card right side up and give you the chalice that's divine. But you're in this darkness, which is self-imposed. You're allowing the devil, self-imposed. This is like a Capricorn card, which it actually is. It's being held back by your own conditioning and your own ideas and your own thoughts. It's being held back by your own mind, and that your mind won't let you move forward and go. And in a Cancer new moon like this, and with the energy coming in and changing for our summer season, this is all about stepping into optimism, stepping into the rebirth, the newness. It's like we already had the birth, and now we're the toddler, and we're supposed to start walking. That's what this is about. But for you, my water signs, this is about changing your brain, rewiring. It's about changing your mindset and getting someplace where you're in joy. Because you're a water sign, I'm going to tell you, you need to ground in earth. You need to spend time in nature, whatever that is, and not noisy nature, quiet nature, taking walks, listening to the birds in the backyard. Very, very important, because that's going to give you the renewal and lead you to where you need to go. Next card I'm going to pull in this spread is the King of Cups. King of Cups is an energy of a male, someone who's emotional, but doesn't necessarily have to be emotional in like a weak way. The King of Cups is someone, usually a male or someone who identifies as a male, that will try and manipulate you through emotion, knows how to play on your emotions and is keeping you almost like mentally hostage. And that's what this spread is saying. I can feel the energy. It's like someone is literally almost pulling you into an early grave. I know that sounds macabre, and I hate to say it. I don't mean it literally. I just mean, there are people that, not maliciously or not evilly, they just are in such a place in their life where they're in dysfunction or they're just not healthy, and they pull you into that. And the final card for the confirmation, the reading, is the Page of Cups. This is everything this season wants to bring to you if you do the work and cut the ties and divorce yourself from the energy. And it may not even be a person or a situation in your life. It may even just be your mindset. Perhaps you've been, super negative lately, and you need to cut that. Because this beautiful Page of Cups wants to have your cup literally runneth over. This is symbolic of a gentleman, a page, holding a cup with a fish sticking out of it. The cup is running over with good fortune and benevolence and wants to bring that to you. But unfortunately, you're in the Ten of Swords laying here on the ground with a bunch of swords stuck in your back. So unchain yourself, unchain yourself and reap all these beautiful rewards that the universe wants to give you. So, hey, Deb, I haven't seen you on in a while. Hey, Liz, how are you doing? Got a bunch of people on tonight. Share the show if you think it's meaningful for you and if you think anyone else can benefit from it. So I'm almost out of time tonight. I'm just going to pick a couple of cards just for the summer season in general that the universe can tell us, maybe what to watch out for. And I will put this video on YouTube as well. I may separate it and make it a shorter video also for the astrology part. That way, when you go on my YouTube channel, it does have categories, and one of them is Zen Cuda Astrology. So you'll see that. Okay. But definitely going to start writing again. I have a few pieces to post. I'm going to be posting that on my website. Okay. So for summer season 2025, Spirit, what can you tell us? I've got another page of wands. Boy, this is the season of messages, I'll tell you that. The other reason why it's the season of messages is because Pluto is retrograde. And Pluto is retrograde in Aquarius right now. And when Pluto's retrograde, it brings out all the things from the depth. It makes us very contemplative. And that's why the pages keep coming in the readings, because they bring us messages. And not only messages maybe from, when it's the page of wands action, and sometimes that can be electronic messages, our texts and our emails and things like that. But it can also be messages from divine, awakening, right? Uranus is changing signs. We're going to get a lot of divine messaging from that. And also, remember, I said Mercury's having a conversation with Chiron. So you're going to get messages about your own healing and what you need to heal. Just like in the last reading for the water signs, there's things there that need to be healed. And then I have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is showing us that this summer, many of us will move away from a emotional situation. Remember in that last card in the water sign reading, we had a person laying on the ground with all the swords in the back. In this card, it shows that we have taken the swords out and they are coming with us as reminders of our lessons and also as self-protection. We now know what we will tolerate and what we won't. And we're in this boat, leaving a very emotional situation with our worldly goods and taking our spirit with us. And so that's what will happen for many people this summer. You're going to see a lot of shifts. Next is us. This is the Three of Wands. All these wands, this whole spread is all wands. So, and one sword. So action, action, action. And the sword card is actually the Six of Swords here. You can see the staff that he has in this card that he's using to propel the boat. That's indicative of the wands in action, even though it's a swords card. And then the Three of Swords is us looking out at the world, seeing our future, and knowing that all good things are coming. So this is just a beautiful spread for summer 2025. And this is my confirmation card with the end of the summer of 2025 spread. And it's the Ace of Wands. We pulled this in a couple of the readings tonight. I love this card. This to me is the most beautiful card in the deck. It is really, new beginnings and things coming in. Aces are always new beginnings. They bring new things, rebirth, revitalization, refreshment. And so take that with you guys and know that this summer, if we do our work in order to elevate and evolve and really work in our own soul spaces and get to know ourselves deeply on a soul level and give ourselves the self-love in this Cancer moon on Wednesday and allow ourselves to deeply feel that nurturing. The clock just said 4:44. See, Deb, and you came in tonight. And so that's Deb's number for her dad. And just know that you've got love all around you, but you have to get up and reach out in order to feel it. And sometimes that means taking time out for ourselves and reaching out for that love so that we can heal ourselves within. And sometimes that means also nurturing and giving things to the people around us and our family and our home. So I'm going to leave you with that this evening. And remember that I am here every Monday night and 7 o'clock. And bring some friends in. Let's all be in the soul space together. And next week I'll be here again, Monday at 7. See you all then. Have a great night, guys. And you can find me on Zen Cuda Soul Space on Facebook, Zen Cuda Official on Instagram, and on my website if you want to book a reading, zencuda.com. See you later. Hi, everybody. It's Georgia Rose from Zen Cuda, and here is our beautiful new website. zencuda.com. So I want to show you a little bit and give you a tour of this beautiful site that we have. And everything is all in one place now, and you can do everything Zencuda right on our website. So when you log into the homepage, there's a little space here where you can go right to Zencuda Astrology, online classes, or book a reading or coaching session with me. Not only do I offer astrology readings and coaching sessions, but I also do tarot work and all kinds of things to help you get in touch with your own soul space and living Zencuda. There's also a place here where I describe my journey and what it was like for me to actually found the Zencuda community and be able to bring you all of the healing techniques that we do and the philosophies of evolutionary astrology, spiritual wisdom, and yoga. And you can read about what my journey was like. And in addition to that, if you go on to book a reading, you can actually book a reading for any session that you really would like to have. For instance, a 1-hour astrology chart reading, a tarot card reading. I also do synastry chart readings for couples. And I can also do a long distance healing meditation and Reiki session. And you can even purchase our Circle of Light Oracle cards, which were created by myself in order to put healing and light into your day. If you go back up, there's also a space where we're going to be putting our online classes. Those will be very, very soon. If you'd like to be informed about those online classes, about astrology and spirituality, yoga, all sorts of things, you can join our wait list and just give us your email and we'll be sure to let you know exactly when classes will be starting. And this button here brings you right to the Soul Space podcast. You can now watch the Soul Space live or past Soul Space podcast right on our zencuda.com page. You can listen to them on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or on YouTube and enjoy every minute and never miss a show. So I hope you'll look at this beautiful website. I'm also writing blogs about my journey, and we're in the process of importing all the older blogs that I've written in the last 5 to 10 years right on our Rose blog page, which is my beautiful blog. And you can, anytime you want, just come in and read all about my own journey to finding Zencuda. If you want to work with me in a small or large group, or book me for reading, or doing a gallery style reading, or a public speaking event, or even a retreat, you can do that on our Work with Georgia page. And hopefully we can help you create your future with some coaching or some astrology workshops. So that is our beautiful zencuda.com site. I hope you'll be on there. We're also developing a space for community on there where you can learn more about astrology and spirituality and all kinds of things, and we can support each other on our beautiful, beautiful journey to finding our own soul space and living Zencuda.